In this video, I will review a crazy RSI scalping strategy created by Quantum Trading Strategies and see how much money we could potentially make with it after 100 trades. I'll do my backtesting on a TraderEdge app and set my initial account size at $1,000 with 2% risk per trade. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this backtesting service. It's called TraderEdge and they got plenty of useful features that will 100% improve your trading. You can easily backtest any of your strategies and save them to the strategy library. They've also got a leaderboard of the most powerful strategies and indicators you can download to either TradingView or MT4 platforms. So I highly recommend TraderEdge. Go ahead and sign up for their 7-day free trial. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Okay, we're going to do our backtesting on an RSI Yen 5-minute chart, and for this strategy we're going to need 3 free TradingView indicators. So let's go ahead and add them to our chart. Okay, for the first indicator we're going to add RSI, Relative Strength Index. For the second indicator we will need BJ superscript. And for our third indicator, we will use a chandelier exit. This one by Everget. Okay, now we need to change the settings on these indicators. So let's first double click on this chandelier exit and remove everything except these buy and sell labels. Also, let's change the position of these labels. Now let's go ahead and change our inputs. So we're going to change the ATR period from 22 to 1 and our ATR multiplier from 3 to 2.3. Now let's double click on this second indicator, and in the style section we're going to remove every single one of these things. We're also going to need to change the inputs. So we're going to scroll all the way down and change this period from 5 to 6, and let's add some more opacity to our lines. And finally, let's change the settings on our RSI indicator. So first we're going to change the style. Let's make this line a bit more visible. Also, let's remove all these bands. Now let's go ahead and change our inputs. So we're going to change this RSI length from 14 to 25 and this MA length from 14 to 150. Also, this MA type has to be SMA. Okay, now our system is ready. Let's get into our trading rules. Okay, so the rules for entering a long trade are very simple. So we first need to have a new buy signal issued by the chandelier exit indicator. Also, this superscript line has to be colored in blue, and the RSI blue line has to cross over this moving average. And once we have all these conditions fulfilled, we're going to go ahead and take a long position, set our stop loss at the recent swing low. And now listen carefully, this is a very important money management rule. So for this strategy, we're going to have 4 profit targets, and every time the price reaches our profit target, we're going to take a quarter of our position off. Our profit targets will be set at 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, and 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So we see if the price reaches our first take profit target, which is 1 to 1, we're going to take a quarter of our profits off, and our total profit will be 0.5%. If the price reaches our second target, which is 1 to 1.5 times the risk, we're going to take another quarter off, which is 0.62%, and our total profit will be 1.12%. So we're going to be taking a quarter of our position off up until we reach our last target, which is 1 to 3. And if the price reaches our last target, our total profit will be 6%. Okay, now let me show you an example and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we see the trade reached our first take profit target, and now we're going to take a quarter of our position off, which is 0.5% profit. So we see the price reached our second take profit target, and now we're going to take another quarter off, which is 0.62%, and now our total profit is 1.12%. Now let's see if the price reaches our third take profit target. Okay, so we see the price easily reaches our third take profit target, and now we're going to take another quarter of our position off, which makes a total profit of 1.84%. But remember, when entering a position, you have to set your take profit target at 3 to 1. Otherwise, the price will hit your first take profit target and the position will automatically be closed. Okay, so we see the trade reached our last take profit target, and the total profit on this trade will be 6%. The opposite rules apply for short trades, so we first need to have a sell signal issued by the chandelier exit indicator. Also, this BJ superscript indicator has to be colored in red. And finally, we need to have this RSI blue line sitting below this moving average. And once we have all these conditions met, we're going to go ahead and take a short position, set our stop loss at the recent swing high, and target 3 times the risk. And every time the price reaches one of our profit targets, we're going to take a quarter of our position off. We see the price easily reaches all our targets and we close this position with a nice 6% profit. Okay, let me now give you some more examples so you have a better idea of how to trade with this system. So we see we just got a new long signal issued by our chandelier exit indicator. We see this BJ line is also colored in blue, and we have the RSI line sitting above the moving average. So we're going to go ahead and take a long position, set our stop loss at the recent swing low, and target 3 times the risk. Okay, so we see we just got our take profit target hit, and we also got a new long signal. So now let's go ahead and take another long position, set our stop loss, and again target 3 times the risk. Okay, so we see the price finally hit our stop loss, and now let's see how many profit targets we reached. We see on this trade we reached the profit target 3, which is 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, and our total profit is 1.84%. So this buy signal is not valid because we do not have a confirmation from our RSI indicator. Here we've got a new sell signal, and as we can see it is valid. We see the BJ superscript line is colored in red, and we also have the RSI crossing this moving average. We see we have another winning trade and it hits all our take profit targets. We see this buy signal is not confirmed. This sell signal is not valid either because this line is still blue. Okay, so here we've got a new buy signal, and let's see if this signal is actually valid. So for that, we're going to disable this chandelier exit indicator. And now we can see the line just turned blue, so we can safely enter this trade. Okay, so we see the price eventually hit our stop loss and it didn't reach all our take profit targets. And now let's actually see how many targets we got hit. Okay, so on this trade we only hit 2 profit targets, which makes a total profit of 1.12%. Okay, so now we have a full understanding of how to trade with this system, so let's go ahead and backtest it 100 times and wait for the results at the end of this video. Okay, so I finally finished my backtesting and the results are quite surprising, not gonna lie. Our win rate is extremely high, which is 64%, and we increased our account size by 273.49%. Our equity curve looks fairly consistent, even though we did have some drawdowns at the beginning. We successfully recovered and made some amazing gains. Our profit factor is 2.91 and we had 13 consecutive wins against 5 consecutive losses. Okay, so in terms of win rate, this strategy is definitely in my top 10. So yeah, it's legit. Go ahead and backtest it and forward test it on different markets and different time frames as well. If you found this video useful, don't forget to smash the like button, it really helps with the algorithm. And also if you want to see more content like this in the future, then feel free to subscribe to this channel.